Hello, hello, good morning. It is time yet again for another chapter of One Piece. This one is titled very evocatively King of the World, which of course could refer to Emu, could refer to the King of the Pirates, fated to be Luffy perhaps, could be the instigating chapter of some sort of Joy Boy flashback, which I do anticipate we'll get at some point. I really don't anticipate getting during this arc, but there's a lot of stuff that's happened during this arc that I did not anticipate. In the last chapter, we saw Luffy get impaled by the big sword of Emu, and I expected that there would be some sort of run in. Somebody would come down and save Luffy, because I do not see how he can get out of this jam on his own accord. I also don't think that it's just gonna be the Emu time limit, although I do think that is gonna be a factor. I think instead, and the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I kind of hope this is the case, because I think it would be really cool. We will have a giant coming down from on high in the astral lair. Because why did they mention the astral lair if it's never going to come into effect? And I also kind of like the idea of this person would be, extremely strong, this legendary Elbaf warrior that harkens back from the time of the Galilei and the Void Century and all this stuff. But because they exist in this sort of quasi dead, quasi alive, in the sort of religion of Elbaf or something, that they're not going to be able to leave Elbaf. They're not going to be able to be like, oh, sweet, okay, now that I've been evoked back into life, I'm going to go destroy Marijois or whatever. That they're going to have this sort of limited area of effect, that they're kind of a local god to Elbaf or something like that. Just because the more we introduce these sort of godlike characters and learn about the primordial gods of the One Piece world, I think we're going to see more and more of that sort of region-locked effect. Because otherwise, it's going to just scale way out of proportion of what anybody else is doing, and there's not going to be any plausible reason that all of these ancient powers aren't just rampaging around by the end of the series. So I don't know. I think that would be pretty cool. I also just want to be validated that the astral lair did in fact come into play. And it's just Elbaf, it's supposed to be the land of giants, but the giants have started to become very irrelevant in this arc. Loki did a bunch of stuff, but now he's out of commission for a while, and we saw the whole story of Harold, but then that turned out to be Rox's story. And Ja Rule is there, but he hasn't done too much yet, and all the other giants just kind of got their asses kicked, and I want to see, the full power of giants, and see kind of this legendary era of giants kind of coming back into effect. So we'll see. Very cute cover page here. Nami scolding the iconic three monkeys of Japan: hear no evil, speak no evil, and see no evil. Of course, they are modeled after the main three of the crew as well. Very clear there. Zoro, perhaps a reference to when he took on all the pain of Luffy after Thriller Bark from Kuma's pain transference technique and refused to say anything. Sanji, of course, deaf to the protests of Nami on many occasions, and Luffy, blind to the reality of the world around him, just laughs and laughs. That's not quite right, but whatever. I think it's just that he closes his eyes in that pose. And it looks like they made a huge mess on some clothes that Nami has. Hee hee. Okay. So, yeah, he is in big trouble. Getting stabbed and stabbed again through this tree. Totally skewered. And Usopp and his nascent ability of observation hockey coming into play here, being able to sense this mortal danger that Luffy has been put in. When has Luffy ever not been okay? Now, I know she doesn't mean when has he gotten into a jam, because he's been in lots and lots of jams. He's been near dead many, many times. I think she's trying to reassure Usopp, you don't gotta worry about him. No matter what happens, he's gonna scrap his way through. Consider what it means that this enormous giant was defeated, Nami. Who's been defeated? There's no doubt that Luffy's hockey suddenly grew much weaker. I do like that, even though observation hockey has become more and more prevalent, more and more powerful, more and more kind of the language of the series, they still kind of only have a limited grasp on it. I think other series, hockey, or the equivalent, detecting chi and stuff, spiritual pressure, chakra pressure and stuff, it becomes a bit of a shortcut for the writers. And it's a way to just sort of relay perfect information where convenient, and then as often also whenever it's inconvenient, he can suppress his spiritual pressure or whatever. He can mask his spiritual pressure as something else, whatever. And it's like, that's fine. It's not an irredeemable sin or whatever, but I find that it's just one of the many things that starts leading a series to become a little too self-indulgent in its language, like it starts to only speak the language of its own series. Whereas here it's a little more vague, it's a little more mystical. Okay, so meanwhile, Princess Shuri is emerging from the ice. I have no body warmth. It is you, isn't it, Princess Shuri? They're not sure if she has actually transformed back. And then the new giant pirate's about to crash directly into Loki's corpse. Oh no. Well, not corpse yet. Maybe corpse now. But oh, the Chopper's big guard point. We haven't seen that in a while. That's always fun. Turning into the big puffball. Gerd, of course, the doctor of the new giant pirates, helping Chopper out. It's hard for Chopper, even though he's a brilliant doctor, to treat wounds of that scale. And some of that was because of you. If you're gonna fight Hadri, then go to Loki instead. Even if you save the children, it is only a temporary reprieve. I think this plan to rule over Elbaf came at the decision makers at the Reverie. I think it's him. Right, okay. The Giants, even though they're a little goofy, they're smart. They've understood right away that even though, Jarul here declared war against the world government, that they're not going to go along with any sort of world government cohesion, coercion, whatever. They don't want to be cohesive with them, whatever. Correctly identifying that this doesn't seem like something, democratically voted on by the Council of 50 Kings at the Reverie. That there is kind of an abhorrent element. There is something that is skewing this out of the whack of how things normally operate, and that it has to do with whoever this motherfucker is that showed up. I think I do. Okay. Thou canst not move now. That sword devours thy vitality. How many will it take to end thee? So he can just summon as many of these swords as he wants. This one is a bit different. The handle is different. The blade decor is different. So he may just have an arsenal of swords in his, space. his summoning zone. Monkey D. Luffy, a hateful name. Thou hast two brothers of different names. Yeah, so he encountered Sabo before at the Reverie. We saw that. One brother slaughtered by the Navy, the other prominent within the Revolutionary Army. So yes, this is another legendary blade. Blade of the Sea God. Fargarach. Fragarach. In any case, a set of most uncouth brothers. It's gotta be him. The one red hair talked about. Okay. So yeah, this is when Loki, right after that whole incident, is planning on just waging war with the world government. You're gonna stop me from getting revenge for my father. Consider Herod a friend to you, be right there with you, but think carefully. The government is trying to take control of Elbaf. That's not their end goal. It's preparation for a war. Yes, of course. From the start, we knew eventually this would all devolve into massive war. All shonen has to have it, the all good guys versus all bad guys battle. Plus, Oda himself has said, ever since the Whitebeard War, that he was cooking up a war that would make that look like child's play. The world government getting into war with someone else. That ain't my problem. My father just died an unjust death. His soldiers were killed along with him. I want vengeance for these crimes. That's all. And who's guilty? Who will you strike down? World government. The man who manipulated Herald was the king of the world. I like that Scopper, of course, here knows a lot, having been around the Roger pirates and stuff. No one will believe it. The king's power is impossible to measure. Go to the Holy Land and the mystery will only deepen rather than come to light. If it were that simple, someone else would have done it already. It's not yet the time to fight. Okay. So yes, he goes on this quest anyways, and then just as Shanks says, he was not able to understand the depth of power of the king of the world, even his true location. I never did find my way to him, so if that's the king of the world right there, I'll never get a better chance. Simpleton's idea of a plan, but I've got no problem with it. Give me a chance to avenge my father too. Okay, okay. I froze her because she's dangerous. This girl cannot understand that Brook is like a father to this human girl, as Brook is a skeleton man. Okay, so now we are seeing some more giant action. It is not the astral giants that I was hoping for, but rather the giant brothers, sons of Herald, those most affected by the emu schemes in this country up until now. Makes sense, but like, what the fuck are they gonna do? Loki is near dead. Hadrian is very, very strong, but not anywhere near this strong to try to mess with Emu. This is all very interesting. Come to the library, Chopper. Okay. Tonally, this time in the series is so strange. Because Luffy is getting, like, tortured to death. And, again, because of limitations in observation haki, the rest of them, they're not, like, chilling, but they got, like, other stuff going on. And Robin is, like, smiling in this panel because she's like, I found a cool book. Come check out my cool book. Acts of Xingtian. Whoa. Like, oh shit. Okay, okay. What a fake out. What the hell? Oh shit. Okay, sweet. That's some cool lore. That's some cool world building. So we saw this before, the empty throne surrounded by the weapons laid down by the 19 kings. Those are the kings that or those are the weapons, sorry, that Emu is able to summon up and use freely and bestow upon others. They've got cool ass names, man. Nemesis, Longinus, the Lance of Longinus, of course, is the lance that killed Jesus. Also in Evangelion. Stigma. And also in Jesus lore, in the Jesus story, the stigmata, or the wounds of the nails into the cross. Muramasa, of course, a legendary Japanese swordsmith. Not just legendary, real, but many legends surround him as the greatest swordsmith ever in Japan. His blades now cultural treasures of Japan. I kind of like that in this, where it's like references to stuff long gone, kingdoms that have long ceased to exist, that these weapons are named in homage of like real things, and they don't have to, you know, evoke any more of the reality than that. I think One Piece is good about that sort of stuff, where a lot of stuff is named in homage, in reference, but the ubiquity of the myth is like conversely proportional to how much it actually gets attention in the series. So something like, you know, Poseidon, which is a major cultural thing in the real world, and famous ancient Greek god, is evoked only is the name of the ancient weapon, and it's not like we expect Princess Shirahoshi to be kind of like a reference to Poseidon, right? It's kind of more oblique than that. Anyways, I just think that's very cool, seeing these sort of crazy ass names evoked. There are no lies among the legends each family passed down. This is the power that conquered the world. Anyways, meanwhile, we've cut away from that perilous situation, and Zoro is not doing so good against Saint Somers. I didn't think he would, like, you know, mog him or anything, but damn, it's been a while since we've seen Zoro kind of like push back, even firing off insane attacks. 103 Mercy's Dragon Damnation. The Damnation suffix, of course, one we've seen evoked by Shanks and Roger in the past. From the Shepherd family, Graham. Ah, and there's the Longinus. The spear has been passed down from the Remo Shifu family. Thou should be honored to die by the weapons that created the world. Okay. Oh, of course, axe on axe. Scopper shows up. Now that's a powerful man. He's not an astral dragon, but he's powerful. I didn't really anticipate this one because he was already in the, like, getting treatment zone, you know? Usually One Piece is such that if somebody suffers a mortal blow, they go get treated and don't do anything for the rest of the arc. But I guess that was quite a while ago, like hours ago in the series, because it was before Emu showed up, and there was kind of a gap between their initial victory, and then they had that moment of reprieve, and then Emu showed up. But I don't think he's at the strength, of course, to fight back Emu. This might be enough to delay until Emu's, like, time limit or whatever. I don't know. I don't want it to just be like a run out the clock victory, though. I feel like that's like too little is revealed, I guess. There needs to be one more kind of revelation of power, I think. before we're moving on from this fight and this incident, and probably with it, this arc. So yeah, we're into the endgame of Elbaf for sure, but I still anticipate one more twist. But good chapter. I love all this lore around the weapons and stuff. I love bringing back the 19 weapons that were embedded in the throne. I think that's really cool. That was just given to us, like, kind of as symbolic history, and I never thought twice about it. I was like, oh, that's neat. But then that all of those weapons are legendary and actually a source of power for Emu and the Holy Knights is very cool. Okay. See you next week. Bye-bye.